The digital production buzz at the 2015 NAB Show is made possible by supporting sponsors. Shutterstock, a global marketplace for royalty-free images and videos. With over 2 million royalty-free HD and 4K video clips, Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. And by One Beyond, leaders in digital video systems for streaming, archive, and storage. Additional sponsors include LarryJordan.com, helping media pros find work, improve their skills, and keep clients happy.
Beaming live from the 2015 NAB Show in Las Vegas. Media, technology, news, insight. Connecting media professionals around the globe. This is the NAB Show BuZZ Live.
And welcome back to NAB 2015. My name is Larry Jordan, and this is the Digital Production Buzz, the longest-running podcast covering digital media production, post-production, and distribution in the world. By the way, thank you for all of your comments on social media. Erkan Ursel on Twitter says, kudos, DP Buzz, thanks for the live streaming interviews. Kevin McAuliffe writes, good to see Larry at NAB again. These interviews are always great. I'm having a great time. How can you not in the toy store as wonderful as NAB? And the guests we've got for this whatever time it is, afternoon show are incredible. We're going to start with Kevin Louden with Telestream talking about their new announcements. Then Paul Isaacs of Sound Devices talking about new ways to record audio and video in the field. Kennon Hulett is with Pond 5 talking about new 4K stock footage. And Michelle Boone with Imagine Products looking at new ways to archive and find our footage once we've stored it. It's an exciting time, and Telestream is next, right after this. This is Larry Jordan. I'd like to introduce you to one of our sponsors, Shutterstock.com. They're a global marketplace for royalty-free images, videos, and music. Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. Whether it's for your website, a publication, an ad, video, or any other type of project, you can choose from over 2 million royalty-free HD, even 4K stock video clips. These include time-lapses, aerials, green screens, and model-released video. Take 25% off your first purchase. Go to Shutterstock.com and use offer code NABBuzz15. That's NABBUZZ15. And if you're attending NAB in person, visit Shutterstock at booth C1727 in the Central Hall. It's all at Shutterstock.com. Kevin Louden is a technical trainer for Telestream, and Telestream provides digital video tools and workflow solutions that allows consumers and businesses to transform video on the desktop and across the enterprise. We've known Telestream for many years. Kevin, it's wonderful to have you back.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
So tell me what Telestream is up to in general, then we'll take a look at the new announcements.
You know, this is a big year for us. We've got new products and new announcements on the whole range of our products. So we've got a whole new booth, bigger, better.
I see more people in gray polo shirts this year than ever before. You've taken over the South Lower Hall.
I think this is the most people that we've had at the show as far as our employees. It's the biggest head count we've had.
Very cool.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm interested in learning is I keep getting tons of press releases from Telestream about new products and new alliances. Mm-hmm. And it seems like you're going in two directions at once. You're really heavily going after the enterprise and large companies that are needing to do all kinds of encoding and image processing. But you don't seem to have completely forgotten the small guys, although the emphasis seems to be on larger businesses. What's going on in terms of strategic direction for the company?
Right. Well, we have, you know, we're kind of a company of 2 feet. You know, we have what we call our enterprise division and our desktop division. And one foot may be a little bit larger than the other, but we still take care of both feet at the same time. You know, on the enterprise side, which is where Vantage really lives. We've been doing new products, new features within the product, and also a lot of collaborations with other companies, just to sort of broaden what's possible when using Vantage.
And when would just because I don't want to dwell on enterprise, but in a sentence, what does an enterprise get from Telestream? What products are they interested in?
Well, it's like I said, the kind of marquee product that we have there is Vantage, and you call Vantage one thing, but there's so much in it that it can do. So at the show, we're talking about camera ingest, we're talking about digital ad insertion, format retiming, VOD. So there's so much that's happening, and we're getting closer to the camera, and we're getting closer to the consumer. So we're really trying to spread the workflow to so many parts of, sort of the digital media ecosystem, as you would call it.
Well, yeah, but that's the enterprise.
That's the enterprise.
Nobody cares about the enterprise. Let's talk about the other foot, which is the smaller guys.
Right.
Tell us what you're up to there.
Oh, all kinds of fantastic stuff. So last year we talked about Switch. So Switch was more
Which is really cool. A way to preview video. What QuickTime Player 7 used to do, now Switch does, except it's much more modern, it's much more flexible.
Right.
Very cool.
So since we spoke last, we're now cross-platform. So it's now Mac and PC. We've added closed captioning preview, so you can play back closed captioning. We've expanded formats. We've got a SDI out, so you can play out to a monitor from the player. There's one other thing that I'm missing in there, but it's really, we just keep knocking them down and knocking them down and knocking them down.
And the retail price on Switch?
It starts for free, so the player itself is free, and then there's a $295 version, which we call Switch Pro. That allows you to play the closed captions, do the SDI out, and also create packages for iTunes. So you can create a complete iTunes store package ready to deliver to Apple, to iTunes.
Okay, so that's Switch. What else you got?
Switch. We've got a lot of great stuff in Wirecast. We've added instant replay for live, mainly sporting events, playlisting. We've got a new iOS camera app. So you can actually download an app from us onto your iOS device and feed that wirelessly into Wirecast.
Well, we are using Wirecast for this stream right now. And
there you go.
I'm turning into our control room. Do we like Wirecast at the moment? Okay, good.
Thumbs up, all right.
They're lying through there. No, actually, we like Wirecast a lot, especially because of its integration of disparate sources and graphics is very cool.
Right, because it's a kind of a software product, it's very flexible. So you can feed in desktop screens, cameras,
We use Wirecast for the weekly BuZZ as well, so we are very pleased with it.
Right. Oh, Twitter feed integration as well now.
Cool.
Yeah.
We will be talking more with you after this show is over about Wirecast, but there's more to talk about. What else you got?
So on the desktop side, we've also got a new version of Episode that we're showing.
Which is video compression.
Video compression, expanded formats. We've got closed captioning support there. It's a lot of closed captioning is very important now, with the legal mandates. So closed captioning support is very, very important there.
The problem with closed caption is it's not cheap. If I look at Mac Caption, at least the last time I looked at it, it was almost $2,000. Is Telestream decreasing the price, or have I not been paying attention?
The entry-level Mac Caption and Caption Maker is $495.
A very good thing.
There's 3 tiers to it.
Okay.
Yeah. And the mid-level is, I think, around $2,000.
So, but I can get in for $495?
You can.
That's very cool. I did not know that. I have obviously not been reading all the memos that I should have been reading. What else you got that's new? Anything else we need to talk about?
So we've got, that pretty much covers the desktop products. Everything else is really happening on the enterprise side.
On the enterprise foot.
Yeah, and there's really exciting stuff there. We have this product called Tempo, which is a media retiming piece of software. So it can time compress or time expand programs.
Take an hour show and shrink it just a bit, or stretch it just a bit?
Exactly.
That's very cool in a frightening kind of way.
Yeah, well, one reason for it, I just learned actually in European markets when they want to play Seinfeld. Seinfeld is made to insert a certain amount of commercials that the American market is used to doing. In Europe, they don't show as many commercials, so they actually need to expand the show and make it a little bit longer.
So they have them speak in slow motion.
Well, we do. You know, we do expand the picture. We don't throw away any content, and we also pitch correct the audio.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
What of all the things that you're introducing here at the show, what's got you most excited? What's the coolest?
Tempo, I think, is really cool, just for me, from a technological standpoint.
Which one?
Tempo.
Okay.
And I think Switch is very exciting to me. I use it every day, and it seems like more and more people are using it. Just as a tool, it's a tool in your toolkit. When you deal with files, you need to play them, you need to preview them. The camera ingest thing, I think, that actually might be interesting to you. So we'll
save that for another time. What website can people go to find out more about Telestream?
www.telestream.net.
Now that's .net, not .com. That's Telestream, telestream.net. And Kevin Louden is a technical trainer for Telestream. Kevin, as always, a delight chatting with you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Beyond loaned us the video gear we're using to present the BuZZ at NAB. We're using 3 One Beyond StreamCam PTZs for our live cameras and the One Beyond Stream Machine Pro to switch, add titles, encode, stream live, even record the show for later posting. The Stream Machine is portable, the size of a briefcase with a convenient handle, built-in screen, and keyboard. It includes 4 HD SDI inputs, so it's easy to set up anywhere and begin broadcasting. This one unit replaces all the gear used in the traditional switcher, recorder, encoder configuration. Also new at the show, the One Beyond StreamCam Auto Tracker. The Auto Tracker automatically follows a speaker with no camera operator required. One Beyond has a new way to experience a multicam event online. The One Beyond U-Switch player lets the viewer switch between cameras in their browser, live, as they watch. See all of these at onebeyond.com. You can't go anywhere on a Hollywood soundstage without watching the sound engineer recording audio on a Sound Devices piece of gear. But it's more than audio that Sound Devices is working with, and Paul Isaacs is the VP of Marketing and Product Design for Sound Devices. Paul, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Give me a one-sentence description of what Sound Devices is doing these days.
Sound Devices is doing audio and video for professional portable production and TV production and film. And we do it, and we design the products in a very robust way, so that our customers can rely on.
Well, Sound Devices audio gear is legendary for its. I mean, you can back trucks over it, and it holds up. Well, maybe not, but I mean, it's really, really good stuff. But you're in a really competitive market as you start to move into video recording. Everybody from Atomos and HAA and Blackmagic Design and yourself and many others. Cinedec comes without even having to think about it. There's 6 other competitors. Why should someone consider Sound Devices?
Well, Sound Devices, video devices products are very robustly built with a feature-rich functionality, and we provide excellent customer service and support, and our products always evolve with the times. So when a customer invests in video devices or a Sound Devices product, they know that they're going to have a long-lasting product.
Now, you're using video devices. Is that the name of your video division, or are you just simply using it as an adjective to describe the gear that Sound Devices makes?
So, yeah, video devices is just a brand name for our video product line. Sound Devices is the company, and Sound Devices is the brand name too for our audio product line. But we felt that Sound Devices didn't really cut it as a brand name for our ever-growing portfolio of video products. So that's why we introduced the video devices brand about a year ago now.
Because I was just wondering, that was a fairly new term. I hadn't heard that before. What have you got that's new for us at the show?
Well, we've got 2 really cool news stories, one under the Video Devices brand and one under the Sound Devices brand. And under the Video Devices brand, we're previewing this really cool Pixie series of on-camera recording field monitors. Now, we've have history in this market with our first recording monitor, the Pixie 240. That came out about 4 years ago now. But this new generation, which will be available this summer, includes 3 models. And two of the models are 5-inch 1920 by 1080 LCDs. The two models, there's an HDMI only version, and then there's an HDMI plus SDI version. And then there's a 7-inch version as well, the Pix E7, which is a 1920 by 1200 LCD monitor. These monitors, we're selling them primarily as monitors, but they have very powerful recording features in there too. So, under the monitor side of things, they include a full range of monitor functionality, including scopes, waveform monitors, vector scopes, histograms. We can import LUTs. We have peaking, false colors, zebras, all the things you'd expect from a professional monitor. And guide markers too. But also, we've got some really powerful recording capability. We can record 4K over HDMI, whether that's DCI or UHD. And we can record in the highest quality codec available today, and that is Apple ProRes 4444 XQ. Now
really? You're recording that 4x4 XQ natively?
Yes.
That is
exactly.
Very cool.
Now the 5-inch monitor recorders are the smallest, most compact 4K recording monitors on the market today.
And all of them support 4x4 XQ?
That's correct, apart from the HDMI only one, which supports up to Apple ProRes 422 HQ.
How would you decide which of these three new devices to get? Do you simply buy it on the monitor size, or is there other criteria that people should use?
These monitors, they're all compatible with the most popular cameras of the day, and I think the size you choose depends on how portable you need to be. As we know, the DSLR mirrorless cameras are a big part of the industry these days, and then there's the larger sensor style cameras like the Aries and the Reds and stuff, and the F55s. So really, depending on your setup, if you really want to be mobile, and you are running with, say, an A7S from Sony or a GH4 from Panasonic, you might prefer to go for the 5-inch monitor. And these are perfect companions for those two very popular DSLRs, because we can take the 4K output and record that to a speed drive. This is our, I'd like to talk to you a little about the speed drive too. But before I do, the 7-inch monitor I think is more geared to the larger size cameras. Because they're so high resolution, these LCDs, they're really well suited to ACs, DOPs, camera operators, and directors. And they just really give the detail. And one really unique feature we have introduced is called tap zoom, and this is the fastest way to zoom into a point of interest in an image that there is available. You literally just touch that part of the screen where that point is, and it zooms in either 2 times or 4 times. Then it's a simple touch to get out. And it's so fast. I don't think it's ever been so fast to get in. So this is a really cool tool for ACs.
Now, there was a tool, I think it was Speed Drive, that you wanted to mention. What's that?
So in terms of recording, a very important part of the recording is the media you record to and how costly it is, because this determines budgets and all sorts of things. So we've developed something called the Speed Drive, which really just looks like a thumb drive, but it's a USB 3 thumb drive. It's very, very fast, so it's great for offloading files to a computer. And we're talking like about 1 gigabyte in about 4 seconds, something like that. But when it's connected to the USB 3 port on the Pixie, it actually switches its interface automatically to a SATA interface. It's very clever engineering involved to make this happen. It's never been done before, and that allows us to really get super high-speed data rates between the record path and onto the media. So record 4K or Apple ProRes 444 XQ, and once you've done that, remove the drive and you're straight into a computer to transfer the files. There's no docking station required or specialist cables. Now, inside the Speed Drive is an industry standard MSATA, which are available from everywhere, Amazon, Newegg, whatever, and they're very cost effective. They're coming down in price. They're almost the same price as 2.5-inch SSD drives now. So we just sell, we have 2 versions of the Speed Drive, just the enclosure only, which a client can buy for about $59.
Now, we're going to run out of time.
Okay.
What website can people go to learn more?
Videodevices.com.
That's all one word, videodevices.com.
Correct.
And, got to get my notes right, Paul Isaacs is the VP of Marketing and Product Design for Sound Devices. And Paul, great equipment. Always love learning about the new stuff. Thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
One of the cool things is discovering new people and new faces, and that's what today is about. Kennon Hulett is the Marketing and Customer Relations Manager for Pond 5. And Pond 5, as we all know, does stock footage. Kennon, welcome. Good to have you with us.
It's great to be here.
How would you describe Pond 5 these days? You guys have been doing so much in so many different directions.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've been growing like crazy. But we're still the friendliest marketplace for both buyers and sellers. Our artists set their own prices, and they get 50% every time something sells. And we also have the best prices in the industry because of that. People usually price their stuff a lot lower. We're at our site than they go other places. We give people a lot more freedom, and because of that, people really respond very positively to it. So we love it.
Well, I noticed that your booth is right next to the BuZZ booth here at NAB, and we've been enjoying watching all the incredible images that have been flashing up on the monitor. What have you got that's new for us this week?
Well, of course, there's always the public domain project that launched several months ago. If you go to pond5.com/free, there are 100,000 public domain files available completely for free under public domain rules. So basically,
what would be examples of these files?
Oh, we have stuff from NASA. We actually went to the Library of Congress and digitized a lot of stuff in 4K. So we have a huge collection that's available there. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So we've got NASA footage and we've got stuff from the Library of Congress. I'm just trying to get a sense of 100,000 files is a lot. What is it just government documents, or what is it?
No, it's everything from the Depression to stuff from NASA. We actually have 3D models from NASA, which is very, very exciting. Yeah, it's really, really diverse, and I suggest everyone goes and checks it out right now.
And where do they find it on the Pond 5 site?
It's Pond5, that's POND5.com/free.
Free always gets my attention,
Yeah.
but there's got to be more going on than just free. What else you guys got?
Well, the biggest thing right now is backlots. We just did a huge partnership with CT Image, and this gives us basically 8K images and videos that have been stitched together.
Wait.
Yeah.
8K?
8K. So what it is it's 3 cameras that are set up, and they're seamlessly stitched together, and it actually becomes a backdrop on which you can do all sorts of green screen productions. It's really, really exciting, and it's our big thing for NAB right now that we love to do. We have backgrounds from 25 different cities in all over the world, places like Amsterdam and that sort of thing. So yeah, I would tell everyone to just go and check it out.
Now, it's called a background. So when you go to Pond 5, you're looking for backgrounds?
What you're looking for is backlots.
Backlots.
Yeah, and if you go to the, if you mouse over video in our toolbar, or not toolbar, our header image on pond5.com, you'll see backlots as just an option there that you can choose. You just click on that, you can see it right there. And yeah, it's super exciting. We love it.
What else you got that you're talking about here at the show?
Well, let's see. So there's public domain. There's backlots. And at this point, actually, we're up to 3.6 million video files, which is just insane. We're getting more and more every week. Our curators are always busy. There's all sorts of stuff going on. So yeah, I mean, that's another big thing, is that we're over 3.5. We're heading toward 4.
Well, which means that being able to find stuff is really critical. Your search engine is essential, because you can't wade through 3 million of anything and find what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
How is Pond 5 tweaking its search engine to allow us to find the clips that we need?
Oh, we're always doing that. So every time you go in, it's a little bit different. Search results are going to be a little bit more refined and good. The biggest thing we've done actually to help artists who are uploading files is we have auto tagging now for images, and we're going to be hopefully rolling it out very soon to other media types soon. But what you do is you upload an image, and automatically it'll read the image and get you all of your keywords that it thinks you would need. And when you say, oh, well, it says boy, but it's actually a girl, and that sort of thing, then what ends up happening is it will learn from that, and the next time it suggests things will be better and better and better. So it's actually AI and super future stuff that we're doing to make everything better for people.
Now, you say this is just for images. Why not video as well?
Well, video is a much harder image to read, obviously. Like when you have a static image, you can go through it and you can understand the pixels. Video is a much more complex algorithm. And so we're working on that with our partners and making sure that we can get that out pretty soon. We're not exactly sure when, though.
Now, one of the things that you did a couple of years ago that I was interested in is you've created a panel for Premiere, so you can actually buy or review, even more important, review images from Pond 5 directly inside Premiere.
Yeah.
How's that been received?
Oh, fantastically. I mean, people love it. It's a really fantastic way for people to go in and be editing, and just live in their edit, they can go to a little widget within the Premiere interface, and click on something. It automatically goes into their bin, and they can bring it into their timeline. And when they're ready to know what they want to buy, they just conform a timeline, and it's all done. It's fantastic. People love it.
Well, that's the part that I like, is that you're able to download all the clips that you want to practice with until you figure out exactly the one that you want.
Oh, it makes it so easy.
Then it automatically swaps out the high res for the low res and drops that into your Premiere project without you having to do any extra hard work.
Yeah, it's so simple. And if you have Premiere, go download it right now. If you go to our webpage, you'll be able to see a little widget with it right there.
And let's see, what else was it? Oh, so we've talked about Backlot. We've talked about the free stuff. We've talked about the Premiere widget. Is there anything else new going on that we need to pay attention to?
Well, we don't really, I can't think of anything at the moment that we're doing that's brand new, but I mean, we have 4K footage, we have 8K footage, we have all sorts of stuff on the site that you can always check out. So what I would just suggest is that everyone goes in and searches for what they're looking for, and they'll be able to find it and buy it.
Well, one of the things that I found that's really hard to do with stock footage, not just you, but everybody, is getting footage that's got audio associated with it.
Yes.
Licensing video is easy. Licensing audio is hard. And the other thing is finding video that tells a story. It's easy to find individual shots, but one of the things that I was trying to do is building my training is to try to find a story where I can have 4 or 5 shots that all relate.
Yeah.
How do I find shots that tell stories?
What I would suggest is do a search for like maybe the kind of the centerpiece of your project. So what you're trying to do. So like, let's say you have someone who's going to the store. You can just do a search for like woman with shopping cart. And look for something that looks as though it's being used with models, so you can see that someone's actually using a model to do that. What that means is that they probably did a whole shoot series with that same model. So what you can do is then click on their username and then look for other files that are in that same series. And you can put together a story with everything that one person did on a shoot.
Very cool. And for people that would like to check this out, what website should they go see to learn more?
Oh, to learn more. POND, number 5, small body water, number 5.com.
And I got to find my sheet of paper here before I lose it. That's POND5, pond5.com. And Kennon Hulett is the Marketing and Customer Relations Manager for Pond 5. Kennon, it's always a delight chatting. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, I'll see you next year.
Take care. I've got a ton of brand new training videos showcasing all the new features in Final Cut Pro 10.2, and they're all available today. In fact, we've updated our entire Final Cut training for this release. We added more than 70 new movies covering every major and minor new feature in the software. Then I figured as long as I was recording, I added new techniques and new ways of working that I've discovered and written about in my newsletter over the years. We've updated our workflow and editing training with 31 new movies and effects with 41 new movies. This makes our Final Cut training the most comprehensive, most up-to-date, and most affordable way to learn everything about this amazing software. It's quick, it's easy, and it's complete. I'm proud of all of my training, and especially proud of this one. Get your copy today in our store at larryjordan.com, or even better, become a member of our video training library and get access to all of our training for one low monthly price. Both are incredible values. Thanks. For over 20 years, Imagine Products has specialized in workflow software applications for film and media professionals and beginners alike. Which is why I'm delighted to introduce Michelle Boone. She's the marketing coordinator for Imagine Products. Michelle, it's wonderful having you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
How would you describe Imagine Products? What does the company do?
We create software for, like you said, professionals and beginners alike in the post-production part of their workflow. So we create offloading software, archiving, and we've got a new viewer actually this year.
Well, we're going to talk about the new products, but let's talk about the products that you've had for a while. What are some of the most popular products that people may recognize but may not know that Imagine Products created?
Sure. ShotPut Pro is our offloading application.
Which is wonderful, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It does such a wonderful job, and it interfaces with HD View.
It does.
And it also interfaces with some other component that I'm blanking on.
Proxy mill?
That's it, because it creates proxies of the stuff that you're working with.
That's correct.
So we can see proxies, and we can view HD video, and we can archive it, and we can transfer it. Bruised coffee, slices bread. What more could you possibly want?
Nothing.
It's just amazing. But don't you have anything else for us?
Always. We're always working on new things.
So what have you got for us that's new?
This year we've got our viewer. HD View is our native file viewer. What makes it special is that it works with over 20 different camera formats. And we've been working with the 4K formats. So
now, wait. I'm confused.
Okay.
We've got QuickTime Player. Why do we need HD View?
HD View, it will instantly show you your footage. So you plug your camera or your card into your camera reader, drag and drop your files, and they'll instantly be viewed with our viewer. There's no transcoding or modifying, so it saves a lot of on-set time.
So it could take a camera card, like an AVC HD card. You put the card in. You don't have to create a video from it. It'll read all those different folders.
It'll read all of it.
That's cool.
It's very cool, yeah.
And it works?
It works wonderfully, yes.
And it's shipping?
It's shipping, yes, and it's only $99. It's a steal.
So what else have you got?
What else have we got? Well, we have our archiving application, pre-roll post.
Which is really neat. We've been working with that. And the thing that I like about it is because it works with LTFS,
correct,
you can actually load the tape and see what's on it without having to go to the index all the time, although that's helpful.
Right. We also work with Sony's ODA and their Blu-ray cartridges. So it's also ODA and LTO, both.
One of the things, I want to talk to you about archiving. One of the things we've been working with in our company is that we generate a ton of media, and we're always looking for ways to archive it. And I've discovered that editors are terrible archivists, just miserable, because they want to be doing wonderful creative things, and archiving requires an entirely different mindset.
It does.
So I need to hire somebody to do archiving. What kind of person do I need to hire?
You know, anybody can do archiving with pre-roll post. We make it so easy to use. The point of our applications is we want them to be affordable, super easy to use, and powerful. So anybody can do it.
Yeah, but do you find that some people are better at the logistics and the process of archiving than others? Like a personality type? Do I need to hire a librarian?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not saying the software's hard to use, but I'm saying that trying to get people to focus on the organizational effort to figure out what you've got and how it works is a bigger challenge than I ever expected.
Well, I think it can be. I think, though, if you use something that's simple to use, that kind of walks you through it. One of the things that we have with pre-roll post, the Windows version, which will be out this summer, is a backup wizard. So it prompts you through everything. It tells you exactly what to do and in what order. So it's kind of a fail-safe for you.
One of the things have been paying attention to is there's a lot of different archiving software out there, whether it's Zendata or pre-rolled post or Brew, the guys over at Tolis Group. How does someone decide, of all these different options, which one to use?
I would encourage you to use a non-proprietary software so that you can always access your media. I think price is a big thing for a lot of people, obviously. They want to keep their budget in line, and simplicity. And they want the power, of course. You know, we've got the checksums in there that's going to ensure that all of your media is correct all the way through the process, so that when you go back to retrieve it, you're 100% that it's there, which is really important.
With the pre-roll post, let me just think a second. Now, what that does, walk me through the process. I've got all of my files on the server. How do I get them archived, and what hardware am I archiving to?
You can use any hardware to archive, M-Tape, Sony ODA. Unitex has a new box, their USB 3 drive. Any of those are compatible with pre-roll post. It's very simple. You just take your files, drag and drop them into pre-roll post, hit start backup. You can set your settings. You can save settings for different customers or if you have a preference. And then you just go, and it gives you a nice progress bar so you can see what's going on. We've worked in some notifications so you don't have to sit there and watch your archives. It can be a long process, but you can set your notifications for either text or email, so it lets you know when your computer is ready to be used again, which is very handy.
So it's best, I think, to run overnight. Would you not agree?
Absolutely, yeah. And we have scheduling. You can set up watch folders, and there's incremental backups. So, we try to make it, like I said, as painless as possible. A lot of people know that they should be archiving, but they don't do it because they're intimidated by the process. And we've really tried to simplify it as much as possible.
Do you keep a log of what's been recorded to each tape so I can do a search and say, I need this particular file or this folder, and you'll say what tape it's on?
Absolutely, yeah. It's in our database within the application. And it's also on the tape.
Is there a limit to the number of tapes your database will keep track of?
No, there's not.
So I can just keep creating tapes, and this pre-roll post will keep track of it for me.
Correct. That's right.
So we've covered HD View. Is there anything else that's new that we need to pay attention to?
We're always working on improving our applications. We did just do, with ShotPut Pro, a new update. We added the XX hash checksum. Of course, it's always had MD5 and some of the SHAWs. And we are always making it faster, offloading as quickly as possible, as safely as possible is everyone's goal. So.
And what website can people go to learn more?
ImagineProducts.com.
That's all one word, ImagineProducts.com. Michelle Boone is the marketing coordinator for Imagine Products. Michelle, keeping track of our files is critical, and Imagine Products makes it easy. Thanks so very much for joining us.
Thank you, Larry.
Take care.
You too.
You go to one of these shows like NAB and you're surrounded by companies that are introducing new products, and being able to show you some of the leading companies in our industry and the products they've introduced is just really exciting. And this is only the first day of 4 days here at NAB that we're going to be having shows. We have shows at 10:30, 1 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. Please make a point to join us. NABShowbuzz.com is the place to go to see all the live streams. We'll be posting our video shows to YouTube, our audio shows to iTunes. We're going to make sure we cover as many different companies with the announcements as we possibly can. All the leaders in the industry here on the Digital Production Buzz. And I want to thank our guest, Kevin Louden from Telestream, Paul Isaacs from Sound Devices, Kennon Hulett from Pond 5, Michelle Boone from Imagine Products. We've got a great team of people putting all this stuff together. We've got an evening special report posted to NAB Show Buzz and Digital Production Buzz. It'll be posted by 7 o'clock. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30. My name is Larry Jordan.
Buzz would like to thank Debbie Price, our event producer, One Beyond for the cameras and video streaming system, Advantage Video Systems for the onstage monitor, and our incredible Buzz production team for making all of these shows possible.
The Digital Production Buzz at the 2015 NAB Show was made possible by supporting sponsors. Shutterstock, a global marketplace for royalty-free images and videos. With over 2 million royalty-free HD and 4K video clips, Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. And by One Beyond, leaders in digital video systems for streaming, archive, and storage. Additional sponsors include LarryJordan.com, helping media pros find work, improve their skills, and keep clients happy.